Now for an update on this developing story on the downed Malaysia Airlines flight that went down near the border of Ukraine and Russia, we turn to Arise News correspondent Filip Warwick, who is in the eastern Ukrainian city of Donetsk. Filip, I understand that you were at the crash scene. Can you describe what you saw?
That's correct. We had to go through 7 checkpoints, and when we arrived there, it was pretty much dark. But you had the emergency services there, the fire services there, with at least 7 vehicles, and they were basically trying to pick up the pieces. You couldn't really see much. I think some of them were actually saying that they were waiting till morning to commence again the operation of filtering, going through the wreckage.
I have read a variety of reports, and there's often a fog with breaking news, but reports that there was looting. This was in a region that is held by the pro-Russian separatists. Confirm that for me. And then can you confirm whether or not what would amount to evidence, pieces of the plane, belongings of the victims that were being removed by those who were in the local area?
Well, I did actually try to ask that question to one of the senior commanders operating at the crash site, and he basically said there's a press center number, and all the questions should be directed to that press center. I called that number, but I didn't really get an answer, so I can't confirm that as of yet.
When you were on the scene, were there investigators or emergency workers? Who was on that scene officially?
Well, what I saw was the fire services and another service that was apparently responsible for emergency tragedies, but that's the loose translation I got. What I also saw was a makeshift tent in one of the fields, but it wasn't clear what exactly that was set up to do.
And have you heard anything about the recovery of the black boxes?
Nothing whatsoever. Again, that was one of the questions that I asked, and I was basically given a telephone number to the press center to contact for all these variety of questions. And what I can say is that next to the fire services, there was a large piece of wreckage of part of the fuselage that seems to haven't been touched yet. And next to that, burnt earth, charred earth, and many. It's a very, well, how can I put it? Many mangled bodies. The scene is horrific.
I could only imagine. Has the Ukrainian government made an official statement about this plane crash?
Well, what I've heard so far is that actually both sides have accused each other of shooting down the plane. Prior to actually arriving to the crash site, myself and the driver, we happened to come across from the west side. They weren't actually letting press crews, camera crews through that particular way. The reason they gave was that they were waiting for the representatives of the DRP to give the green light. But whilst I was talking to some of the separatists, one of them said that actually they saw a fighter plane. I can't confirm this, but they saw a fighter plane actually shoot at the passenger plane, shoot missiles. As I said, I can't confirm that. And that particular passenger plane was forced into an air corridor that had been closed because of the conflict.
We've been seeing these pictures all day long that were posted on YouTube of the big black plume of smoke, presumably coming up from the crash site. But can you describe this area and the surrounding topography where this plane went down?
Sure. I mean, first and foremost, it's in the middle of the Ukrainian countryside. So once you veer off from the main road, it takes a while to get there because you don't have any tarmac there left. It's just basically dirt track road there. As I said, it's pretty much pitch dark when we arrived there, but it's you have wheat fields on both sides, just like a typical, I would say, Ukrainian panoramic view. And there aren't too many houses in the vicinity, and that's pretty much it, I would say.
All right, Filip Warwick reporting for us from Donetsk, Ukraine. Thank you, Filip.
Thank you.